I'm out for a morning walk. I'm feeling kind of silly taping myself while I'm doing it. There's really only one other person out here, so I'm just gonna go with it. I am realizing my lens is terribly dirty, so if my videos have been blurry, then you know why. I'll try to remember to clean that later. It is Vlogmas day 12. And it is a beautiful morning out. So I came out for a walk, this same walk yesterday, and it was also gorgeous. It was so bright and sunny, and we really needed that sun because it has been so gray and yucky lately. But honestly, this is my kind of weather. I like the overcast days. I do need a bit of sunshine from time to time, you know, where I get squirrely like everybody else, but honestly, if I get too many days in a row, like in the summertime where it's just sunny, 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 that makes me even more squirrely. It makes me feel a little crazed. Too much sun. So, just out. I was going to try to go, we have an entrance to, so we live near a nature preserve right basically in the city of Nashville. And so, I mean, like, we're right outside city center, and I was going to try to take you on the grass trails today and get a little bit of a different scenery for myself, because I haven't walked that way in a while. But if it's rained anytime recently, it's really squishy. So I didn't make it far before I ran into some standing water on the trail, which if I'd been hiking, I would have walked through, but it's not worth it for a morning walk. So I turned around and came down to the old airstrip. I'm just doing a lap. And yeah, it's a gorgeous day. So I don't know how long I'm going to be able to hold this camera up. We'll see. I might have to put it down. I'm going to put it down and then check back in. Hi again. I had to put the camera down because it got quite heavy. You know, I woke up today feeling so happy and so, yeah, just happy to be awake and to have the whole day in front of me. And it just made me realize how long it's been since I felt that way. And it was a really nice feeling. So I talked a little bit, you know, a few days ago about how last Thursday was my last day at a job at a place where I'd been for the better part of 10 years. I worked there for 3 years, and then I left to go to massage school. And then right towards the end of, or maybe like around the middle of when I was in massage school, my boss called me and offered me a part-time job. And so I went back. And that was 2012. And so I've been there since then. And last July, not this past July, but July, a year and a half ago, I went to my boss and I said, I have to leave. I have to leave this job because of a lot of reasons, you know. And I just expressed that to him and sort of my frustrations, and he offered me a full-time job. And at the time, there were some things that were a little uncertain for us with my husband's job, so I decided, well, maybe that's the smart move, to go ahead and, you know, go full-time. I'll have benefits, and if anything happens with his job, then at least we'll have mine. And so I basically, you know, I had been working that job part-time and then doing several massage gigs, filling in the rest of the spaces. So I basically stopped doing massage except for on the weekends and went into this job full-time. And all of the things that had been making me so crazy about that job just intensified, of course. And I won't say it was the wrong decision, because this past year and a half I have learned so much, and I am super happy to have that knowledge and very grateful for that opportunity. But you know, when you're at a place for 10 years, when you know the people there for 10 years, and it was a small place, so I knew everybody, and you just, I'm gonna switch hands. You just start forming really close relationships, or relationships that you feel are close. And over the past year, the relationships that I thought that I had with some of these people just kind of turned out to be in my, maybe in my imagination, or they just, you know, like maybe their life expectancy ran out. I'm not sure, but, you know, I ended up getting my feelings hurt in some instances. And it was really time for me to move on. So I went back to my boss and I said, and I know that this is job hunting 101. You don't tell your current boss that you're looking for another job. But, you know, sometimes you need to give yourself that little extra bit of a push out the door when it's just really past time to go. Plus, honestly, I did start job searching. I put my resume together, started job searching, and I realized that I was so burnt out. I've been working so much overtime this year and putting just like 130% into everything that I did. You know, and not that I didn't feel like it was appreciated, but like not feeling like it mattered that much. And anyway, it's just not a very fun place to be. And I was just feeling so burnt out that I couldn't even job hunt, honestly. Every time I would look at jobs, I would just feel so anxious. So, you know, I talked to my boss and I said, it is really time for me to go. And, you know, actually, I kind of expressed some frustrations to him. And once I realized that nothing could be done about my frustrations, you know, there was nothing that he or anyone there was able or willing to do to make things a little better for me, or, you know, to accommodate some of the things that I needed to be able to do my job. So yeah, once I realized that, then, you know, we had a talk, and he said, well, if you're serious about leaving, I'm going to go ahead and start looking for a replacement. And I said, well, that's okay. You can do that. And he came to me about a month ago and said, all right, here's the thing. We found somebody, and December 7th is going to be your last day. And I said, okay. And I was really sad. I don't know, I've just had lots of mixed feelings. At first, I was kind of hurt, you know, still a little hurt about some relationships that had gone a little bit sour, and feeling unsupported in some things. And then, so he told me right before Thanksgiving. So I had Thanksgiving weekend to be around my family, which, you know, honestly, I hadn't been able to be around my family and friends much this year because I I've been working so much. And it was just so, I wonder if I'm blocking I'm not sure where the microphone is, so I don't know if I'm blocking it. So, anyway, sorry for the jiggly camera. So yeah, I had some time with friends and family, and it was so wonderful. And I thought, you know, this is what my life is about. You know, everything else can go to hell. And as long as I have these people, I'm going to be okay. You know, I've never not been okay. And yeah, and then I realized that I was going to get to celebrate Christmas for the first time in such a long time without having looming deadlines, you know, like going on Christmas, not even Christmas break, because we would only ever get like a day, maybe 2 days at Christmas. If we were lucky and Christmas fell like on a Monday or Friday, we'd get, you know, a 3-day weekend or something. And it was such a place where you couldn't take a lot of extra time off at the holidays. So, which was fine. I usually ended up taking New Year's off, because that's really more my jam. But, you know, like, I'm gonna get to celebrate Christmas this year without deadlines looming over me, haranguing me, and it is really nice. So, last Friday was supposed to be my last day, but as you saw, I was very sick, and I could kind of feel it coming on. So I went ahead and wrapped everything up on Thursday, which was good because, you know, that was the 3rd week of my notice, and by then I'd pretty much wrapped everything up, and I was feeling a little kind of, you know, I didn't want to pile more eggs into that basket. That's not the right colloquialism for that. But, you know, I didn't want to put too much work into a place where I wasn't going to be anymore. And I was just done, you know? I was just done. So Thursday was my last day. And then I was sick all weekend. I'm sorry, I keep talking about it. And the past couple of days, I've just been able to wake up. I haven't been giving myself a super strict, like I haven't been setting an alarm. I've been waking up around between 7 and 8, usually, which is still a little later than I would really like to be waking up at like 6 o'clock, but it's okay, you know, it's okay. And I've been getting up and I've been getting so much done around the house and cleaning up and just getting to spend time with my husband and our friends. And I mean, I know that I haven't been putting too much pressure on myself to job search because I just want to get back to a stable feeling place. Like a more relaxed. I want to get back to who I am, which I'm feeling that today. So I woke up this morning just realizing, like, oh, how much that place was dragging me down. You know, like, for the longest time, I've just been kind of this super stressed out, frustrated, you know, kind of irritable person. And that's not who I am, you know? And I was starting to think that that's who I am. I was starting to wonder if that's who I really am. And I was starting to really not like myself. But it's not who I am. I'm generally a generally a fairly happy person. Yeah, I have problems with depression and anxiety, but for the most part, I know where that stems from, and I've been doing some cognitive behavioral therapy to change some of those learned responses and learned behaviors. And now I feel like I'm going to be able to actually do a little bit more of that and make more progress. And yeah, life is good. Life is good. I don't know what's next for me. I really don't. I have some figuring out to do about what my next step is. I'm 39. I started at that place when I was 29, and it was a good place to be when I started there. It was a good place for me for a really long time. And I am excited about what is next. I'm picking up some massage again, which is really, really nice to be doing again. And yeah. I feel like it's giving me a little bit of time to really think about where I want to go. Really think about what my next step is, instead of just freaking out and jumping back into a place that's not right. So yeah, it's giving me some time to think about what I need in a place, or what I need in a job, what I have to offer, and what I can ask in return. So, and I believe it's out there. Whatever is the right fit for me is really out there. And I guess I've always believed it, but now I believe it at my core. And that's a difference. I used to believe it with a frustration about it. Because basically, I grew up in a conservative Southern household, and I was told that, you're not gonna like your job. You just get a job and you do it, and you don't have to like it. And I guess that's true. That is one way to live. But I always believed that there was something else was possible, and now I really believe it at my core, because I've proven it many times over in other ways. So I got a text message that breakfast is ready. So nice. He's got to go to work today, and I am going to have coffee with a friend later to catch up with her. Another friend that I haven't been able to see for the longest time because I've been working too much. And I'm gonna go finish cleaning the house up, and yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have all kinds of things that are on my list, and I'm super excited to do all of them. So who knows? I'm just gonna go pick some things. And I'm gonna pop my earbuds back in and keep listening to Outlander Book 8. I think I am the last person in the known universe that had not listened to or read Outlander. And this year, I have listened to all of the Outlander novels, except for I'm finishing Book 8 right now. I have about 10 hours to go. So that's what I'm gonna do.